Welcome back to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. We had an unplanned absence over here. I'm very sorry about that. We had a computer failure along with work and life responsibilities that delayed me resolving the situation. But everything is handled now, and we will return to our regular schedule over here. And while I've been away from YouTube, I've been actively participating in the game, so nothing has slowed down here, and active over on the Discord to keep everybody informed and to still give thoughts and opinions on some of the things as they came out. But over the coming days, I will put out a roster update video. I tried to keep it very minimal while I couldn't put out videos. We will have a bigger catch-up one coming up where I will be able to put out and record good content for it. And I'll put out a quick recap talk video on the developments in game while I've been away. But for this video, on to Grand Arena, first match of Season 70. We begin the season in Kyber 2, and we've done a pretty decent job over the past couple months. We have gone 5-4 or 4-5 during that period. I did slow down with the seriousness of my play while I haven't been recording, but we have been able to maintain our status and placement. Really, we've just been alternating 4-5 and 5-4 seasons. With our opponent analysis, we'll probably try to streamline this. I think some of the differences between the accounts are becoming so subtle now within Grand Arena that it's not worth spending the same amount of time. I think we'll hit some key highlights. My opponent, Hellbass here. With our bracket, we have everybody is 8 or 9 GLs. Actually, most everybody is 9 GLs. My opponent and I are the only ones at 8 GLs. Although I'm going to be at 9 very soon, and then on to Hondo as well. So we'll be at 10 pretty quickly. You'll see that in the roster video. We are almost to Rey. And Rey's a character I started prioritizing because it was just becoming a liability that I didn't have her. We can't really afford not to have her as a defensive weapon. It was just putting me at a disadvantage where my opponents would be able to clear my defense easily and I would have to really think and plan through. Now, Omicrons, I do have a big advantage over my opponent. We're very similar on GP. Actually a pretty big range on GP, going from 14 million GP down to 11.5. Amis, there's a range from 78 at the high end, 60s, 50s is more common. My opponent is the lowest, no, second lowest in the bracket. There's somebody at 35. I don't expect we will see him. Relics, my opponent has a couple more, but this is one of those places where the differences is just going to become more and more negligible because the way CG has made the game is just made relics so easy that it's just kind of irrelevant. The low gear is so irrelevant, and it's something that I do think is a problem. I don't think it's interesting to make low gear so unvaluable. I mean, I've been talking about this for a long time. Like, I don't think it's a good thing because gearing is something you used to be able to be good at. It was something that you could create a mode about, and now they have just made it so easy to bring characters up to relics. And at relics, there is no such thing as a good or hard to relic character. And with all of the requirements for certain unlocks, everybody has the same characters at the same relic levels. So it's just made that portion of the game so uniform that it kind of makes a lot of the game boring. I've been talking about that issue for years. Now with the rest of this, what do we have? Relics. Let's look at the distribution of the relics. He's got healthy amount of 40s, lower on the tier 9s. It looks like we have a better advantage on relics, where I have more of the... Or no, what am I talking about? He's better on the high relics. I am just out of practice here. Mods, what are we looking at? I have good mods for the bracket, but I'm in the upper half, but the lower portion of the upper half. My opponent is solidly in the lower half of mods. Top 500 average. I am third. looking at the counts, I've got double the 25 plus speed mods, the 20. Well, my opponent has bad mods. I've got, I've got like 140, 134 ish. And then the 15 plus, we've got double. Like, I've got a massive, oh, not even, actually for the bracket, not even that massive. Compared to some of these people, I have a massive advantage on the 15 plus, but really, there's just like a have and have nots in this bracket. Like, there's people taking it very seriously, like 4 of us, and then 4 not. Datacrons, this is one of my advantages, but my opponent is taking Datacron seriously, to his credit. I've got a unnecessary amount of level 9s. Partly I've been doing that just so it like pays it forward to the next set. My opponent without Ahsoka. I am of course without Rey. We discussed that. Everybody else has everything. I'm not going to spend as much time I think with Amis. Partly to speed things up, but also just because I don't think it matters as much because of how much easier Amis are. I think we'll just highlight some of the key characters. Poorly modded Starkiller, 2-Ami, slower Wampa. I don't like the modding either. He's got all that. Slower Afra, but double Ami. Nothing on Zori. Double Ami on Malicos is fine. His Baudelaire super slow. His Bane is solid. His Jar Jar's, a lot of these characters are slow. His Jocasta's good though. His Jocasta's better than mine. Way better than mine. Relic 8. Okay. Nothing on Luthen. His Bad Batch aren't ready. And then no Balin. And everybody else has everything else. Night Trooper is slow. Because that is going to be relevant to some of the current sets of Datacrons. That's one thing that's been super annoying. I have used all of my rerolls trying to get that Night Trooper Cron, and it's just not happening. I am just struggling to find that thing. And the rest of this is fine. We're not going to spend any more time here. I'm surprised how much of this is just second nature to me. Like, I am feeling way more comfortable than I thought I was going to be in this record. We're going to now take a look at the quality of his modding, which I expect to be poor. His dash was at 300 on the nose, which is here. That's not great. That puts him at 26 characters modded at 300 speed or better. I'm at like 50 to 60, so double the amount of characters. And that just is really a reflection of the larger seriousness of the player. Like, how deep are they going into the game? Like, it's not do or die, but it does signal some of the other aspects of the game. Now, oh, he looks like he's attacked. He's probably done, unless he's just waiting to see what I do. But he took out the Grievous. You can... Okay, then I'm just making sure I did everything the way I was intending. But you can see what I've got on defense. Fairly soft defense for most players right now. I just need to have a good amount on offense. Although, with the new set, we could probably reevaluate a couple things. I am curious how some of these teams are going to do on offense, because we have some new Datacrons with Iden and Sortie that were just useless in 3v3, at least to my knowledge. There might be other things out there that players found out, but for me, I found no uses. I'm curious to see if that's going to be much better in 5v5. Or did I say Iden? I meant to say Vader. Okay, so we got Qui-Gon, Dash, Iden, and Cadme. Down below, we are looking at Starkiller, Rey, Gungans, and Melgus. I've laid out a strategy because I wanted things to go smooth in this record. I didn't want to come out looking rusty, because really I have been playing. Maybe not as serious as when I have to record, regularly, but I've still been playing because I enjoy the game. We're going to start down below. Most of this is going to be pretty straightforward. We are going to, let's just go top to bottom. This is just going to be a JMK counter. I don't have a some of this stuff has not been set up correctly, but more, it's good enough to start. Galactic Republic. Just throwing Padme and Mace. And using the Hoda, we gotta switch to this view. It's right there. Hoda Cron. Make sure you're using Mace in this. And by now, you guys know how to do all this. Oh, we gotta go full screen. Okay. Audio levels, things look good. Camera's messed up. Second. Alright, let us do this. Okay, how do I want to do this again? The start of every season, I gotta remind myself how to play. We are charging up JMK. In 3v3, I like to use the ultimate at 75% and up. I find that I lose if I wait for 100%. But in 5v5, you can wait for 100%, which I will be doing. This has only failed for me once in 5v5, which was a month ago, last season that I did this. Let's just go with this. All right, we got our attacks. Hit. I don't know why I did that. I should have called somebody else now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, make sure we don't accidentally use the one shot. Keep charging. Alright, they're going into the alt. Things are a little scary, but we're fine. I'm gonna keep pushing it. Well, maybe I should have done it. I don't know why I do know why I do this. Alright. I shouldn't have pushed it. Alright, we're just gonna go for it then. I'm feeling a little scared. I feel like they're taking more turns than I thought they would. We're so close. Whatever, we're doing it. But they're under stealth. Okay, no, we're fine, we're fine. Okay. Raise down. Now we'll clean up the rest of this. No, we won't. Yeah, I should have just done it at 75%. Especially when I've been talking like things have been fine for me. Ultimately, though, it's not going to change the results of this match. I don't think my opponent is going to be playing all that much more. I'm hoping we can take out Sith Trooper, though. Just to minimize some of the annoyances we need to do in the cleanup. Let's do it. I'm just hoping to add some survivability so that we can do more. Okay. Not crazy about some of this. Yeah, maybe it wouldn't have changed if we went after Stormtrooper. We weren't taking him out. Alright. here we're using my SLKR. I know there's some other things we can do, but we are not messing around. It's not Sith, what am I talking about? Okay. Yeah. We will stun exile. Get our retribution up. We'll stun Swallow. Okay, we got a trigger over there. Just throw down shock. Okay, triggered another damage immunity. Triggered a third. Okay. What's AoE? Alright, triggered. Awesome. We're good. Let's do a basic. Now we'll do it. Alright, we'll lose... No, lost nobody. Perfect. I want to get into a little bit of nonsense once we get into some of the less serious matches where I don't need to be paying attention to what we're doing, because there's been a lot of things I would have loved to have talked about. Like Superman, or the Fantastic Four, the types of nerd stuff that we usually cover here. Although I feel like at this time so much time has passed that maybe that's not immediately interesting to you guys. So I think we're going to start with Alien Earth, which nobody on my Discord is watching. Which disappoints me greatly, because it's fantastic. I've been loving Alien Earth. Have not watched the most recent episode. But, do we have a preset here that I can use? Because I don't want to think. Where's my... There we go. Let's grab this. I don't care. 4 debuffs. Reduce... yeah, let's try it. Alright. Now, let's gamble. Alright, we got a good amount. We hit 3. Let's target the shield generator, and then once Treya goes, we'll throw the isolate onto Phalanx so that we can just not worry about his taunt. Alright. Okay. Treya, somebody need to get faster. This is ridiculous. What? It's the shield one. What am I doing here? Alright, we can ignore that and I can talk. Alien Earth, awesome. It is on FX. Noah Hawley is doing it. Now, Noah Hawley is somebody, if you've been paying attention to FX in recent years, that should be a name you should know. And if you don't know it, start paying attention to that guy, because he just does nothing but good work. He started off, well, he was like originally an author. I have read none of his books. But he did the Fargo TV adaptation, which initially sounded like crazy. Why are they doing an adaptation of Fargo? This is weird and unnecessary. But he did it, and it's fantastic. I need to get caught up on some of the more recent seasons of Fargo. I've watched seasons 1 and most of season 2. I just lost track of it at one point and then never got back on, but I loved it. I always intended to go back, and now I'm feeling even more motivated to go back. I should have done a basic. I wasn't paying attention. All right, let's do this, and you know what? Let's. Come on, man. All right, there we go. Yeah. Anyway. The first season of Fargo is amazing. He's able to build on the movie without it being about the movie. It's not feeling like member berries, like remember Fargo. It's like, here's a couple things that happen in the movie. We're going to tie back into this, but we're telling it an own story. We're expanding the world. It's the thing that I say about Star Wars all the time that I get super frustrated about, is that these adaptations, or not these, not adaptations, these shows that they keep putting out on Disney Plus or in the movies, they make Star Wars small by constantly making things about the Skywalker saga. It just makes Star Wars a singular thing, and it's one of the massive problems with, like, even though people love seeing Luke show up at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian, what it did, it was immediately link it back to the rest of the Skywalker saga. And you see it even more with like Mando season 3, which is just more Rebels, and you see it with Ahsoka, which was Rebels season whatever, and I just loathed it. But it's what worked about The Acolyte, and which it was a shame that they canceled it, because it was, even though it was a flawed show, it made Star Wars bigger. And Fargo is a show that just makes something that didn't seem like it had a bigger world actually have a bigger world, and a really enriching, interesting world. What's my plan here? Oh, we're just going to do Sith Eternal Emperor? Okay, let's do it. Although Watt's on defense, so we're just going to use... Let's use Marauder. Why am I doing 2? I can just do a bunch and just be buy enough time. Especially make sure that they don't get to a point where I get like ability blocked or anything. Alright, Lincoln Melgus, and who's probably going to take it? Let's do Marauder. I need a sneeze. Okay, where are we at? Okay, another AoE. We got Daze. Let's add some protection on everybody. Alright, we're going to lose Troopers in a moment. Well, probably maybe 2 people actually, from the looks of it. We're only at 40%. Okay, there we go. 60%. We will get back to talking about Fargo. I don't even want to say too much about Fargo because it's a show that's really worth watching. There's one like one of the guys in the show. What's his name? I feel like it's Adam something. He's the sniper from Saving Private Ryan, and he's great. Is it like Adam Goldberg? I want to say it's Adam Goldberg. All right, just a second. Alright, we'll blow up character. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like we've already won. Alright, let's link Malik and Revan. We're really relying on It's only 5 more. Okay, next turn we blow them up. Okay. Yeah, so Fargo, great show. Noah Hawley wrote it. It expands the world. It's very smart. It doesn't dumb things down, and it isn't just trying to make a bunch of references to the movie. It becomes its own thing. Now, the other show he did on FX is Legion. Now, Legion, criminally underwatched show. It's another show I only watched season 1 of, and I wanted to watch more of. But it is related to the X-Men universe. Legion is, I believe Legion's like Professor X's son or something, and he's related to like the Shadow King. It's been a while since I read those things, but something like that. Now, it's not X-Men related. It doesn't deal heavily with X-Men characters, but it does have mutants. The first season, though, the characters are in a mental institution, and you don't really know what's going on. You just, if you know the IP, you know that stuff exists within there, and they're going to slowly build up towards it and reveal things. And it's just another smart, interesting, creative show. So when I heard that Alien Earth was going to become a thing, I was a little concerned. I was like, well, I don't need aliens on Earth. Why is this happening? But then I heard Noah Hawley was doing it, and then I became very interested. And it has been everything I've wanted it to be. It's done exactly what was happening in Fargo, just expanding on the universe, having references to the movies, but not being slavish towards the movies. It's doing its own thing and adding to the lore in ways that are interesting and dealing with some very compelling ideas. How do I want to deal with this? I think we're going to do JML to just blast through this. The back wall, what I'm expecting is Great Mother, General Grievous, and Jabba. So I don't really think we need to take any of this seriously at this point. So I think we can just make sure we get through it and move on. So let's grab whatever light side Cron. Actually, you know what? This is one of the problems. Like, look at how many JTR Crons we have here. I got 3. I actually have 4. I think one of them probably on defense. We also had a couple Paplu. Like, my luck on these Crons, and just this conquest. Last conquest, we had great luck. I got almost everything we wanted except for Night Trooper. But this conquest, I'm just getting JTR. Literally my only resistance Crons are JTR. And I haven't been able to reroll because I've been using all my rerolls on Night Sisters to try and get that Night Trooper Cron. I almost feel like I'm doing something wrong. Alright, protection 33, 28. Yeah, let's take this one. Alright, what do we got going on here? Do we need to be paying attention to what I'm doing? Probably not. Let's eliminate Hux. Get protection up and retribution. Alright, now let's auto. Yeah, so Alien Earth, he expands on the world, and what's going on there is now he's added cyborgs and these hybrids to the synths, the androids that already exist within the lore. And along with those additions, additional companies to go along with Wayland Yutani. So you have different companies have invested and created these other forms of essentially AIs, but also looking at ways of prolonging human life. So you have some topical aspects of looking at AI, thinking about it in the cyberpunk context, but also looking at like trillionaires within the context of the lore and just how society has broken up into these different global regions related to those companies. So very interesting stuff to explore within that scientific context, and it looks like his defense is exactly what I had been planning for. We're just gonna Wampa this. Where are we at? I'm looking for Dark Side. Dark Side, Wampa, Wampa. Just get a nice, cheap solo. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to say too much about Alien Earth other than it's awesome and I hope you guys are watching it, because my Discord isn't, which is perplexing. Okay, looks like I don't have to do much of anything. Let's go with the roar and we'll just let counters do a little bit of work. Maybe I should have gone for a swipe. He's taken a lot of turns. Alright, there goes him. Let us. Boom. Okay, we're good. Peacemaker's going on. What are we at? Episode 3. I have watched 0 episodes of Peacemaker. I've just been busy. My brother's getting married. I was up in LA a weekend ago for engagement stuff, which is why, like, I actually had a lot of this stuff set up for a record a week ago. I just didn't have the time that I hoped to. All right, Great Mother here. No Night Sister Cron, which was my concern, so we don't need to worry about it. But I'm gonna have to do. I mean, I got options. We got a bunch of options. We can return to that. Grievous. I mean, we've won. I guess we haven't won. He could technically, like, actually play. Here, you've been seeing me do Rebel Fighters with Saw up against this team a lot, but with this Barris Cron, I don't... It's like a... It probably would still work, but you'd have to be a lot more careful, so we're just going to Bane this and not even think about it. Let's not do Assassin. Yeah, I guess we kind of have to. Let's just grab this, whatever. But I'll get caught up on Peacemaker soon. I feel like I've been hearing decent things. I've largely been ignorant of it, though. It's another one that the Discord doesn't seem to be watching. Actually, I have no idea what the Discord's watching right now. Not one of the topics at hand. Getting ready for the NBA season, getting really pumped, feeling it. Now that football is going on, like, I'm a Lions fan, and I am very concerned. But I don't know. We'll see. We lost our offensive coordinator, who may have been very good, Ben Johnson, who is the Bears coach now. But I'm also not a major NFL fan, so I don't actually care. It's just kind of fun to, have a Lions team be good for, like, I mean, I was going to say arguably the first time in my life, but probably the first time in my life. Like, the other times the Lions made the playoffs, like, these were always flawed teams. The Stafford years, exciting, fun to watch, like the Stafford Johnson years, never a threat. I think they made it to one playoff game, never won it. The Barry Sanders years, I was a little young for, but also those teams weren't particularly good. It's just you had Barry Sanders. Kind of like the same thing with Calvin Johnson, is you have like a generational player and it's fun to root for them, and you best not do this. That got a little scary. Okay, we're good. Let's auto from here. I gotta work on the mods. Yeah, but with basketball, we had Summer League, tracking the prospects for my fantasy league. If you guys are a basketball fan, and you happen to play fantasy, Trey Johnson looks like... What is going on here? Did they live? I think we have to submit this. I thought they were dead. I'm guessing the Barris revive... I thought that was a visual glitch. Barris revives them then. Did they die in like a specific order? Whatever. We'll just do my Rebel Fighter counter. Who do we want? These guys, Luthen and Katarn. I think I want that crit damage. What are the rookies? I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, so I don't really remember some of the players right now. So he had... So, Trey Johnson with the Wizards. He looks... He almost looks like what Bradley Beal used to look like for the Wizards when he was younger. Alright. We're going to heal up, make sure we got... Because you want the heal over times that has some powerful mechanics, which is why I did that, even though nobody needed to get healed. Alright, we're going to throw the bombs. Okay. Boom. That'll throw marked over on... There we go. Okay. Alright, we get a hit there. Start increasing the offense. My marked move. Or not moved, it disappeared from right when I wanted it. Okay. Oh, it's because it was the trooper. For whatever reason, it doesn't always stick with the trooper. Maybe it's not supposed to. Okay. A little scary. Awesome. Now he's gone. It's moved over to Cadme. But this is a win. Because really the only threat to take out any of us is Pow. And with Pow gone, we are good. The only risk would be a timeout. I don't think that is where we're at. Okay. Awesome. Cadme's gone. Looks like we gotta deal with Kenobi. Okay. Alright, Kenobi's down. Let's auto from here. Alright, where were we? Any other rookies I can remember off the top of my head? Pistons didn't have one. New York, don't care. Boston, don't care. Oh, DJ Edgecombe, Philly. He looks legit. That guy looks very good. Let's move through the rest of the Cavs with the late pick. Bulls. Did the Bulls have an interesting pick? They did. Who? I don't remember his name right now. He's a project. He's not going to be good this year. You can ignore him for this year. Milwaukee, I feel like had a decent pick. I can't remember. Minnesota. Did they have anybody that's going to contribute? I don't recall. Portland did. Portland had Yang Hansen, the Chinese guy, who had an awesome summer league. That guy looks very good. Sacramento, I think, did something stupid. I don't remember. You can forget about Sacramento. Warriors had nothing that I can remember. Lakers don't matter. Clippers, I don't think anything happened specific. Phoenix had some good picks. They had... Did they get Malawach? Or was Malawach... I think they got Malawach. Malawach was pretty good. If it wasn't Malawach, whoever they got is quite good. The Jazz got a couple good picks. I like the Jazz picks. I don't remember who they were, but I do remember I liked them. Oh, they got a great pick. They got the guy who fell, who was trying to get to the Wizards, but the Jazz picked him. Or no, was that VJ Edgecombe? No, I think he went to the Jazz. Yeah, because he didn't want to report to the Jazz. The Jazz got whatever that guy was, and he's very good. Clearly very good. I get why he wanted to go elsewhere. But not what he wants. Let's do this. I don't know why I'm talking. Well, I'm talking about basketball because I like it. We used up JKR. Oh, and you know what? We can do remnants. Imperial remnants, because we don't have my Night Trooper Cron yet, so we can just do this. Although, I'm going to miss this counter. When Night Trooper is going to be sucked over to Great Mother. Maybe we will wrap up... They did this team wrong. No, I guess no, there's no... No, I guess without Cam, you don't have to have all Galactic Republic characters, right? Or do you still have to have Galactic Republic characters? I don't remember the specifics now. Doesn't really matter either way. My Juhani is one of the few remaining Gear 12 characters I have. Okay, that's handled. Spurs got great picks. They got Dylan Hardy. They also got somebody else. Their later pick was interesting. The Memphis, Colin Coward, I really liked. Some interesting things going to happen this season. I'm just excited. Okay. I'm going to... Oh, this is on that. That's right. I don't remember how I wanted to deal with this. Oh, we have GLs left. Why am I even acting like we need to think about this? Let us, you know what, let's Lord Vader this one. Empire, I need to set up a preset for this. You know what, we do have a preset for this. In Raid. I mean, not a complete preset, but one we can build easy enough. Clones. Scorch, I gotta get to Relic 5, which is why I threw it on defense on somebody. Alright, let's get back to talking about nonsense, because I know almost none of you care about sports, or even basketball. If you do care about sports, you like football. I just love basketball. And all my basketball takes are over on the Discord, because there, I don't care whether or not you guys want to hear it. I've got a space for it. Okay. But here, I'll give some semblance of respect for the fact that this is a fringe interest for a community that plays a Star Wars mobile game. Now, what I did watch, we had Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal Season 2, which was not as good as Season 1, but still pretty good and did everything I needed it to. I'd say if Season 1 was like a B+, like a strong B+, I'm not delusional enough to say like it's in the A-, but it was such a pleasant surprise. It was way better than it had any right to be. In Season 2, there was a couple cracks, and I think it got a little like tropey in a way that was annoying. Some of the dialogue was terrible. Like there's a character named Raven who is the actor who was Madison in She-Hulk, which I was kind of surprised by because that I was after she got cast as Madison. Like she's famous within LA, like with the Groundlings, as somebody who was like an up and comer, and you could see some of like the comedic chops in She-Hulk with how she played that Madison character. None of that was available with Raven. That character was much more straightforward, and the dialogue she had, not good. Because within that, some of the worst dialogue of the show is from her. Just like. It was dialogue where it's like, oh, it's a video game, we don't need to take it very seriously, which was a little disappointing. Alright, what do we got going on here? We got Dash. And I didn't write down the counter for Dash. Alright, let's go to the back wall, because I want to give that a moment. We might just Rolo it, but it kind of depends on these other two teams here. What was my plan? I said JKR here. We have this Cron. Interesting. That's smart. I like it. Okay. I'm thinking gas. What I'm really thinking is I should have done Lord Vader here, because that was way overkill up against that Iden. Because I probably could use gas up against that Iden. All right. Oh, we still have Sith Empire characters. I can just Sith Empire the Grey Mother. I was going to use something more serious up against her, but without a Night Sister Cron, whatever. Let's just handle it this way. No, let's do this. Because the Vader, I might bust out the Vader Cron. Because spare parts is going to bring the characters back. So I'm thinking gas might be the way to handle it. Okay. Yeah, let's AoE, we land a stun, let's drop a shock, get another hit in. I'm just looking to trigger that death mark. We could just hit Great Mother right now, but yeah, there's Talia being annoying. Okay, she's gone. Alright, we've won. Okay. Alright, fear, shock, death mark, auto. Yo, so Twisted Metal. There's a lot of comedians in it, like the character of Vermin. That's Lisa Gilroy. You would never recognize her. She is hilarious. If you guys know like the Dropout app, she's on a number of those. Dropout is what College Humor turned into. She was also like the Taylor Tomlinson show After Midnight, which was a massive disappointment. Because like I wanted her to have a late night show, but it turned into a game show, and I just was not interested. It was just not a format that I found interesting. All right, let's try gas here. But when Taylor Tomlinson left it, Gilroy took over momentarily. Now the show's canceled because it's not anything people want. And that includes the hosts. Is there other clone? Let's try that. But I got rid of ARC, so let's go with, do I have 5s? Yeah, there we go. Does this not work in the way that he thought? Because I'm not seeing spare parts on everybody. Is it only particular droids? I thought it said all droids. It said all droids, right? To all other droid allies who don't have it. But they're not applied to those characters. I guess based on how this looks, it's not being applied to them, but based on how it's written, it sounds like it should be applied to them. Whatever. Yeah, let's just do it. Oh, now they do have it. Okay, so they do have it. Oh, it was after the turn? At the start of Sorty's turn. So, okay, it's because it wasn't at the start of Sorty's turn yet. Okay. Alright, I get it now. So you would want Sorty very fast. I don't recall Sorty being a particularly fast character, though. So it's not really doing... Well, this is a little annoying, though. Let's go with it. Pretty close. Yeah, the protection up is annoying. Okay, down, down. Alright, we've won. Yeah, so Gilroy is a character. There's just a lot of comedians in there. Like most of the people, well, I mean, it's a comedic action movie or show, so you would want comedians. But like Mike Mitchell is in there. He is Stu. And Stu, Mike Mitchell, he is one of the hosts of the Doughboys podcast, which is a great podcast. It's just guys eating fast food and giving ratings to the fast food. And they bring on a comedian guest. And I love it. It's a show though where it's way too long. I'll listen to the ones that are either with a fast food place I am interested in or with a comedian guest that I would like to listen to. And really that comes down to every John Hodgman episode, every Manzukis episode. Well, they have Jamil Bowie on a lot, and he's not a comedian. He's a journalist. But for whatever reason, he's been able to just get the best job in the world, which is to be able to do his professional job, but also get to go on all these comedian podcasts, because it's not just the Doughboys, he's on other ones too, and he gets to just be with them. Alright, what are we doing here? Rolo. You know what? Let's do something dumb. Let's be dumb. Because I want to see that Vader Cron in action, so let's do Vader, and it's Veers, Stark, Snow. Oh, we used up Stormtrooper. I just need 3 of them though, right? Oh, it's Piet. It's not Storm. Okay. No, we're good. Piet. Because Vader can't die until all the clones are gone. Or not clones. Troopers are gone. Oh, you know what? This is a bad idea. The AoEs are too strong. And I've just lost Piet, who was pretty critical to putting the mark over onto Vader. So I've messed up. This was a dumb idea. But it was fun. Maybe we'll try the sortie Cron. Okay. This... Really, I think the only way this would have a shot is if we get so many dots on the characters that they just start dying off. But I don't think the battle goes on long enough for that. Okay, where are we at? You know what? Let's chuck this here. He's going to come back, but it should give me a bonus turn to cycle back into Merciless Massacre. Perfect. Let's do that. He lost his dots, though, which is not great. Let's go back. Let's get another bonus turn. Okay. I guess with Veers we're getting a little bit of turn meter by taking out dash 2. Alright. Maybe... Do we think 15 dots is enough to start chucking this saber? Let's find out. Not quite, not quite. Okay. Alright, down. We may still have won this. Because now I can chuck, get a bonus turn. I guess we could have chucked that at Queel too. Get more dots on everybody. I'm gonna actually, let's try an ability block IG-11. Okay. Awesome. What? Oh my god, I was so close. It almost kind of worked. Okay. I mean, it was fun. Okay, what do we got here? I feel like I need more light side droids. Because if I was doing this for real, why would Lobot count? Probably Lobot wouldn't count, right? What's the rest of the tiers on this thing? Like, who's this for? Is Lobot one of the characters? No. I mean, I'll look at it afterwards on a different screen and figure it out, but I don't like that it's not telling me who's supposed to be in the squad. Or was it? No, yeah, this has changed based on the characters that I have here. Is it like IG-11? Whatever. It's old. Okay. How much time? 58 minutes. We gotta wrap this up. We're taking too long. Okay, so Superman, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Gunn did what I expect him to. Okay, what do we got here? So what do I have available? Profundity, Chimera, Negotiator, Endurance. So I am gonna need to do. Where's my notes? Where's my notes? Don't have my notes. This is not something I can do by memory. Alright, Endurance, Leviathan. Let's make sure we click on the right one. Because we have two presets right next to each other, and definitely during the hiatus, I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, so we do 5's special. Five special, capital ship, AoE. Anakin basic. Marauder, get Valor up. Oh wait, no, I messed that up. I was supposed to stealth Anakin. Okay, this might be a problem. Yeah, we messed up. I wasn't reading my notes. I'm supposed to bring in what? Ahsoka. And I want to target the Fury class interceptor, right? And now I am targeting the dagger. Let's see if we take out the dagger. But it survived. And now I don't have an AoE. And I can't stealth Anakin anymore because I messed up. Let's just do this. We don't have an AoE. We lose Anakin because I made a disastrous mistake. I might not be able to clear because of this, but we'll see what happens with the rest of this battle. Maybe we make enough progress. It's not feeling like it. Yeah, we're not going to make enough progress. That was just a disaster. We could have made plenty of other mistakes elsewhere, but not that one. Oops. Yeah, it's right there in the notes. This is also why I don't like to talk and play. That's why I haven't done the Twitch stream. Although, I should do a Twitch stream. Because you guys would have shouted at me. Before I made the dumb mistake. Why? I don't know why I didn't forfeit this sooner. Because we've lost. Alright, let's get out of here. We're not clearing. But we can do the other teams. So this will be Scythe. There's a little bit of RNG to this, but it usually goes okay. Alright, let's get Foresight up. And this is easier if you're not facing the Houndstooth. You can still win against the Houndstooth, but it's I feel like the Houndstooth is harder. Alright, I like to bring out the TIE Defender. And I stun Razor Crest. Trying to avoid the marked. Okay. We're dispelling. Alright, awesome. That's a little scary, but we're not dead yet. Alright, we're gonna pull turn meter and ability block. I'm gonna try and get another ability block, so we're gonna AoE. We don't get it on Razor Crest, which is what I was hoping for, and now we're gonna lose, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hate this counter. Yeah, it's over. We did not get good RNG here. And that just killed me. Okay. I'm gonna submit even though it doesn't matter. We'll clear the next one here though. We do have profundity. That's what we're gonna do. And this. What I'm doing now is just sacrificing a fleet to mess up the cooldowns on the Radis. This is how I like to handle a Radis mirror. Because I mean, I guess these days maybe my pilots are good enough. But traditionally, because I didn't have Ray, my pilots were definitely not good enough to beat a Radis mirror. But it is if you mess up the cooldowns. I hope the mistakes I made are not enough to encourage my opponent to play the rest of this match. But now we can bring in my Radis. We're still going to try and take out the Executor. I'm just thinking about how I want to handle it from here. I think I got an idea. Okay. He AoEs. That's looking fine. This is recover, right? Yeah, let's go with that. Turn meter removal, AoE. Down, perfect. And I have a reinforcement. And let's blow up the Falcon. Awesome. And there we go. Now we're going to attempt Finalizer now that I messed up some of the turns and took some protection off. Even though Finalizer is not going to win, I may be able to take out the punishing one. And that's really what I'm hoping for. So they're gonna go, they're starting. I want to feed turn meter, or do I just want to give the turn? I'm gonna just give the turn. I'm gonna try and blow him up. No. And he heals. Okay. Maybe not how I wanted things to go. Let's do that. We ability block, let's drop a hunt. Stun. Awesome. Don't die? No, he died. Can we blow him up? Are you kidding me? He dodged? Oh my god, I'm irritated. Can we take him out? Oh my god, are you serious? Nope, it's over. That's so dumb. Do I have anything else? Before I bring in the profundity, I'm hoping. Yeah, we should have a Ravenclaw team. If we can just get a turn to take out the punishing one, then profundity is just gonna have no issues. That's all I want. Although it has a lot of protection right now. Please. Please. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we can clear this, no problem. I just want to wrap this up. And Slave 1 will be starting in the next one. So we don't need to worry about it as much. I'm so irritated with myself right now. We got derailed from talking about Superman and Fantastic Four. We'll do that in the next one. Terrible RNG. Still just awful. Now we got Houndstooth. You gotta be kidding me. I can't believe how bad this is going. $55%. All right, we're not clearing this one. I didn't take this seriously enough. I figured with how this was starting out, we should have brought in like Ebon Hawk. All right, let's wrap up. Okay, how do I handle this? I'm gonna just post the video without seeing my opponent do the rest. I'm assuming he's done. Maybe not, he might return. We'll see it in the next video. But it's good to be back. Roster video forthcoming. Actually, probably 2 roster videos coming. Small talk video on some of the other topics, just to do a quick little run through of some of my thoughts on things going on with the game and the community. And then from there, just maybe we'll do some Twitch streams or something. Well, I want to do some list videos and stuff. I want to get into a good schedule of putting things out, that it's not too demanding, because I don't want to get too burned out from the game or from the channel. Just something that is maintainable. But thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other, everybody. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.